Shane, what did I tell you about leaving your shoes in the middle of the hallway? My mom almost tripped over them today. I swear, you get stupider every day.
I didn't leave my shoes in the hallway. I put them in the shoe rack like always, so I don't appreciate you accusing me of something I've not done, especially in such a harsh way.
Well, that's not true in the slightest. I know you left them in the way because my mother told me that you did.
Your mother would tell you anything so long as it would get me in trouble. That woman hates me.
That woman has a name, and she's my mom, so show her some respect.
I'll show her some respect when she decides to show me some.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's just that we've let your mom come and live with us, which, I have no problem with, especially after your dad died. She needed to be with people who could help her and just keep her company. But ever since she moved in with us, you've become so vile to me. You and her always gang up on me and try to make me feel like I'm less than you. Your mom is constantly muttering and calling me all sorts of things when you're not here. Considering I'm letting her stay in our house, the least she could do is be civil with me, even if she doesn't particularly like me.
My mother is nothing but cordial with you. She always makes sure to talk to you whenever she sees you. Not to mention she does more housework than you do.
What? No, she doesn't.
Oh, please. She's told me all about how you'll just make a mess and leave it where it is. You don't clean the dishes, you don't do any laundry, and you certainly don't pick up after yourself in terms of rubbish. You just leave it strewn about the house like it's your own personal dump. And you can't deny it because I've seen the evidence myself. Just the other day, when I came home from work, I saw all of the beer cans strewn in the living room. My mom doesn't drink beer, so I knew it couldn't have been her. Instead, it was you, a slob of a person who I had to clean up after like a child.
Julie, I promise you that wasn't me. I don't drink during the day. In fact, I hardly drink at all nowadays.
Well, I know my mom doesn't drink beer, so who else could it have been? A ghost?
Well, with how your mom seems to have it out for me, she simply could have gone and bought the drinks and simply poured the liquid away and left the cans to make it look like I had them.
Are you seriously calling my mom a liar? Do you really think she'd go through that much effort just to make you look bad? She really doesn't care about you that much.
Wow, thanks. Nice to know that my wife's mother doesn't even care enough about me to even dislike me. Makes me feel real good.
Well, if you weren't such a loser, then maybe she'd be more interested in you.
What do you mean by that? I'm not a loser.
Oh, please. You've been out of a job for how long now? I'm the only one earning in this house, and I'm okay with covering for my mom. She's gone through a lot lately. But it's just pathetic that you've not managed to get another job yet. And frankly, I'm getting quite tired of covering for you.
Whoa, well, this is the first that I'm hearing about this. Why haven't you told me how you felt before? I told you that if me being unemployed started getting to you, that you need to talk to me about it and we can figure something out together.
I shouldn't have to have that kind of conversation with you to begin with. Being an adult, you should have a job and should be helping me pay the bills and the rent. But instead, you just had to go and get yourself fired.
It's not like I went and got myself fired on purpose. The company made it untenable for me to work there.
Well then, you shouldn't have made a huge fuss out of such a small thing, should you?
Julie, they broke several health and safety laws which put not only my own life at risk, but the lives of my coworkers as well. I wasn't about to sit back and let them get away with it.
So you had to go and get the higher-ups involved? Lawyers?
Yes, it was the only way that I could get anyone to take notice, is when I tried to complain directly to my managers, they just brushed me off and told me to either get back to work or leave. I wasn't about to stick around in a place that would rather I potentially fatally injure myself, simply so that they could save a couple of dollars on safety equipment. Unless you would have rather I died at that job?
Well, you did have insurance, which would have been more than you're bringing into the house at the moment.
Are you seriously saying that you'd rather I have died instead of losing my job?
Oh, you're just trying to twist my words around. I never said that, and you know it. I just merely meant that it would be nice if you were earning a bit of money. There's no need to get so worked up over it.
Uh-huh, sure you did. Well, I'm gonna go. I have things to do, and to be honest, if I don't leave now, I might end up saying something that I'll regret in the future, so goodbye for now, and I'll talk to you later.
Oh, don't be such a girl. I didn't even say anything that bad. You'd feel the same way if the roles were reversed.
No, I really wouldn't. I would never wish for my wife to have a fatal accident at work simply so I could get her life insurance or whatever. In fact, it would never have even crossed my mind. But I guess that's just because I'm a better person than you.
You're not better than me. Not by a long shot. I'm the one earning money here, so I'm better than you.
Money isn't everything, you know. Anyway, I'm going. I won't be responding to any more texts for a while, so we'll just have to talk at home.
Fine. If you want to be that way, then so be it. I'll see you at home.
Julie, dear, I know that you're most likely busy at the moment, but I simply couldn't not say anything.
Mom, what is it? Is everything okay? Are you okay?
Oh, yes, dear, I'm fine, but I can't say the same for you and Shane, I'm afraid.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Well, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but I think Shane's having an affair.
What? No, that can't be possible. He's too much of a loser for another woman to be interested in him. What's made you think this, anyway?
Well, the fact that a young woman came by the house and then they both left together in the same car kind of made me suspect something. But if you think nothing's going on, then I'll just leave you to it.
Hang on. He got in a car with another woman? What did she look like?
She was young, probably in her 20s by the looks of things, and she was dressed in a black skirt and a white top. She also had brown hair, and she wasn't entirely unfortunate looking.
So what you're telling me is that she was pretty?
I guess you could say that.
Right. That's it. He is not going to know what hit him when I'm through with him.
I'll give him a piece of my mind too. Shane, you better answer me right now. I know what you've been doing, how you've been going behind my daughter's back and cheating on her with some tart. How dare you do that to her?
Amy, what are you going on about now? Are you trying to accuse me of something else that I've not done?
I'm accusing you of something that I know you've done for certain. I saw you leave with that woman. You can't deny it. I know that you snuck away so that you could cheat on my daughter with her. I knew that a loser such as yourself was no good for my sweet girl. I told her when she first met you that you were a pathetic, good-for-nothing, and that you would never be good enough for her. That you wouldn't be able to provide her with the life she deserves. And I was right. Well, just you wait. She knows all about your little trust with this random tart, and she is not happy at all.
Are you quite done?
Well, how rude.
Amy, I'm gonna tell you this once and only once, so please listen carefully. I know that might be hard for you, as you seem to like only believing the narrative you want to believe, but I'm being 100% honest when I say that I am not, and never would I ever cheat on Julie.
Oh, please. Of course you'd say that. You just don't want to admit when you've been caught. You're even so pathetic that you can't even hide an affair properly. But it doesn't matter, because now that we've got proof of you cheating, my Julie can simply take you to court and take you for all that you're worth. I know it's not much, as you're such a pathetic loser and all, but I'm going to make sure that you're left with absolutely nothing, not even the clothes on your back. By the time that we're done with you, you'll be on the streets with nothing to your name, not a single penny.
Seriously? You're gonna try and make my life unbearable over something that isn't even true?
I've been looking for an excuse to get rid of you, and I finally found one. Now my daughter will be able to marry an actual decent man who makes a good living and can give her everything she wants. Not some stupid idiot who'd rather yell at his bosses instead of just doing what he's told.
So you think I would have done nothing as well?
Well, it wouldn't have been the smart thing to do, although you're not smart, are you? You're just some poor, pathetic loser who doesn't really deserve anything nice in life, in my opinion. Especially considering you're just letting my daughter earn all of the money whilst you sit around doing nothing all day.
That's not true. I'm actively trying to find a new job, and I have been since I was technically fired. However, it's not easy as no one is looking to hire at the minute. It's not like I can just go and demand someone to give me a job.
A real man would. They'd walk into a shop and demand that someone hire them.
Whatever, Amy, I'm done talking with you. In fact, if you're so bothered about Julie and her money, why don't you get a job and help us out with the rent and bills, huh? Because at the moment, you just mooch off of us. You don't pay any bills or rent, you eat all your food, and you don't even help with the household chores. You just leave a mess anywhere you go and expect me to clean up after you.
I shouldn't have to get a job. I'm older than you. You need to support me, not the other way around.
You keep thinking that. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I really don't want to be talking about this again with my wife's mother.
You can't run from the truth. You're cheating on my daughter and you'll face the consequences for it.
You know what? Fine. Do your worst.
Oh, I will.
Julie, you need to tell your mom to mind her own business. I'm trying to do something important here, and I've got her messaging me, accusing me of cheating on you, and claiming that you and her are going to take me to court over it.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't cheat on me then, should you?
I'm not cheating on you.
My mom told me what you saw, and I'm more inclined to believe the woman who's raised me and looked after me than the man who can't even be bothered to get a job.
Oh, fine. You want to take me to court over something untrue, baseless, and something you have no evidence for? Then that's up to you. But when you lose, don't come crying to me. Oh, and I think it goes without saying that I will definitely be wanting a divorce.
Fine by me. I don't want to be married to a poor loser anyway.
Fine.
Shane, what the hell have you done? Why is all of mine and my mom's stuff out on the sidewalk? Why isn't it in the house?
Oh, well, that's because I've kicked you out.
Huh? What do you mean you've kicked us out? You can't do that.
Actually, I think you'll find that I can. You see, the house isn't my name, so I can decide who gets to live in it and who doesn't. And considering that you and your mother have both been nothing but vile to me since she moved in, I don't see why I should let either of you stay when I don't have to anymore.
But it's my home too. You can't just kick me out.
Too bad, because that's what I'm doing. You and your mom can go wherever you want to go, so long as it isn't my home.
But we have nowhere to go.
Maybe you should have thought about that before you acted so horribly to me.
Well, fine then. I'll have that house before you know it anyway, when we go to court for our divorce. Then I'll be checking you out.
Okay, I mean, you can try, but I think you'll be sorely disappointed.
I don't think I will be. I know what I'm doing.
If you say so.
What was that? I mean, what just happened? Shane?
Oh, that. Well, I just won our divorce, like I told you I would.
But how? I was the one who was cheated on. I should be the one to get compensation and to live in the house, not you.
Except, like I've told you 100 times, and so did the judge, I didn't cheat on you.
Then who was that woman, huh?
She's my union representative who's handling my case against my former bosses and job as they're trying to get away with illegal practices. In fact, I've just settled up with that company thanks to Megan, and let me tell you, I've not been shortchanged in my compensation and my settlement.
What do you mean? They've paid you a lot of money?
A lot. It turns out that the company was under investigation for illegal practices before I even made a complaint. It turned out that my incident was the last straw, and the company has had to get rid of their entire upper management and pay a bunch of fines or face being closed down. My settlement will be in the range of 5 figures. I've also been offered a job as a lead engineer at a very respectable company, which pays a lot of money. So I think it's safe to say that my luck is definitely turned around. Maybe you and your mom were just bad luck charms.
Well, that's not fair. You need to share. I deserve to have half of that. You're my husband.
Not as of 10:30 this morning. I'm free now and I'm more than happy to be on my own. With how you and your mom treated me, I know that my life will be better from now on.
No, wait. Surely we can work something out.
Not in your life. I'm finally free of you two, and I know that I deserve better than how you treated me. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find someone who treats me with the respect, care, and love that I deserve.
But now that you have money, I will treat you better. It's just because you were poor that I was getting annoyed at you. Being the man, you should really be the one to make the money.
Well, the fact that you wouldn't even support me in my time of need really shows just how horrible you are. It's good to know that our wedding vows meant nothing to you.
They don't really mean in richness or for poorness. That's just a token thing they say.
It's not token to people who actually love each other, but that's not us anymore, and I'm okay with that. I'll find someone who loves me for me instead of the money that I can earn. Goodbye, Julie.
Shane, wait. Don't do this to me. It's not fair. Shane.
After our divorce was finalized, I officially kicked Julie and her mom out of my house. I did have to give her a percentage of what I owned, but because I didn't get my payout from the company until after our divorce went through, I didn't have to pay her a single penny of it. My new job is going really well as well. I've made some good friends with my coworkers, and the environment is much better than my old job. People actually look out for one another, and the company doesn't try to cut corners and make things dangerous for their employees. As for Julie and her mother, the last I heard was that they had moved into a little apartment together, and Amy still hasn't got a job, meaning that Julie has to pay for everything herself. They've got into a lot of arguments because of that, but they're not my problem now, and I'm happy with how my life has turned out. It just goes to show that Standing up for what you believe in will pay off in the long run. Don't let your workplace bully you about because you are much more important than a job.